So every time I actually see any gaming benchmarks, they, all the time they will say that without the FPS meter there is a 5-10 more FPS. I reject that notion. I do not want to know if it's 5 or 10 FPS. I want to know exactly what impact having an FPS benchmark like this one has. So if you put this on your system to record some gameplay, disregarding the internal recording, let's do an external recording. What is the difference? That is what I want to know. Okay, so I have two systems. One is a potato PC which I am using, and the other new laptop that I have bought. Let's start with a new laptop. So I ran the whole benchmark. Everything was similar, there's nothing different. So these are the graphics score. Okay, the total score is 8028, and this is with or without, this is no RTSS. Okay, so it is 8081. And you know what, let's note down the CPU also. 8081, that is the GPU 7742. This is times by GPU times by CPU, and the overall score is 8028. Okay, now so this is the benchmark. Let's see if there is anything particular anomaly here or anything. It seems pretty okay. So it's almost the same thing. Okay, anyways, now let's look at the same benchmark. Everything same, they just were done one after the other with RTSS. It is also important to see the RTSS setting first. So these are the RTSS setting. As you can see, the application detection level is low, that is select to low, and here are everything that was being shown. So the CPU's temperature, usage, wattage, and the memory clock, at what megahertz the memory clock is running for both the CPU, the CPU core clock and the GPU memory clock. No, I think this is also GPU core clock. Anyways, and this is the RAM usage, and this is the total RAM that is being used. This is the VRAM usage, my mistake, and this is the FPS and the frame time. Okay, so the scores here are 80817 and 8080 and 7678. So as you can see, maybe in the CPU test maybe about 1%, but not that much. Okay, so if you are on a newer system, so this is the 5800H AMD 5800 3060 watt. So on that system it is not that big of a deal. Okay, now let's look at a potato PC. So what happens if you run the same benchmark with a potato PC? And I might have to create some more things here. Just give me a moment. I think there is more with Tomb Raider. Okay, Tomb Raider, same thing. See, the wattage was not working properly for the GPU, so I had to use HW info. So the RTSS, it is not only using MSI Afterburner, it is also using HW info to get this information, because we needed that. One more thing, the MX150 comes in two models. One is 15 watt, one is 25 watts. They secretly changed the 25 watt model to 15 watt on low end PC like the Aspire. This is what they do. So they shipped with the lower wattage variant, which I have. If it was the MX150 with 25 watts, it would have been much better. So it has minimum, max, and average. Minimum FPS, maximum, and average. Max and average. So this is with RTSS 94, 156 and 136.3. Okay, and let's see what happens without RTSS. This game runs pretty well on even older system na? 98, 160.0, 137.7. So let's break it down a bit. Now I have already seen all the graphs, so as you can see, in the average FPS this may be hardly 1% difference. In the max FPS is 2%, but in the minimum FPS where it matters, because as you have lower FPS, if there are drops in FPS a lot more, you will feel stuttering, and it can actually ruin your experience of playing a game. Okay, so on a good PC, newer PC, it was not an issue. On a potato PC in Tomb Raider, older title, it was still a difference of 4%. And this is just with RTSS and without RTSS. Now let's do one more game which is slightly heavy, slightly a bit newer. So this is Assassin's Creed Odyssey, and it has an excellent internal gaming benchmark. Okay, so this is by default, it was enabled on both. The difference is only this part, as you will see. So you do not need to hear this. So if I run this, what do I get? Same thing, average, minimum, and max. Okay, so minimum 2, maximum 59, average 34. Okay, I need to yes, this looks much better. Now let's do this. As you can see there, the FPS is dropping like wild. It's crazy. As you can see, it is dropping a bit, and you will realize why that is what is the actual case here. And if I run it without it, is it the same? I do not know. Oh, it is the same benchmark. Let's rerun the test again, and the minimum has come to 7, the maximum is still 59, and the average is 37. How is that 250%? Okay, yes, and yes, this is actually what I wanted to highlight. So this is the part that I wanted to highlight. Give me a moment. Yes, so this is a pretty, so on an OK PC, the difference is not that much. You can enable it, and because remember 5800H, it has a lot more cores. Okay, so it's not an issue, but on a potato PC, it makes a lot more difference. Okay, it makes a lot more difference. Oh, this looks weird, and this is the part that I actually wanted to show you. So if you see, this is the important graph. So this green one, it is without the RTSS. You know what, let me take its screenshot and let me show it to you a bit up close. Okay, yeah, so if you see the FPS, the green is staying still near about 30, but if you see the earlier benchmarks, the white one which was done before, and the red one that was done even before, but white one is the last one, so it drops a lot. As you can see, even in millisecond, it is almost 150 millisecond. So if you have a 60 hertz monitor, okay, so 1 by 60, that should be 16 millisecond. I know this, but I just want to show you what's the deal. The 1 by 60, 16 millisecond. Okay, so this is 16 millisecond. That is what it should be even on the poor display on budget PC, and where it is crossing 150. and it is not doing one place. As you can see, there are a lot of, you know, this, what do you say, hiccups here. So this results in lagging, a lot of lagging. If you will play the game, you will feel like the GPU is not that much different, although if I look closely, it is actually, as you can see, there are huge spikes in the orange white one, but here they are very low. And this also translates into the actual FPS. See, even though you can say the 3 FPS difference is not that much, but since the minimum FPS has come from, it is 5, something is weird. I ran 2 tests, it doesn't matter. The point is, even if it is coming from 5 to 7 or 2 to 7, the point is that the stuttering will be very few, very little. Okay, so if you see a benchmark online of a something like this, if you see it, I remember that on newer systems with lot more cores, the FPS benchmark won't show that much different. So if someone is saying, if the game is running at, let's say, 60 FPS, so it is about 60 into 0.14, something is weird. Oh, sorry, 60 into 0.14 by 100. Okay, so this is less than 1 FPS of a difference. So if someone says you that without the FPS benchmark the total FPS increases 5 to 10, disregard that completely. That is not true on newer system. On older system, it might be, on older system it might be as high as 8%, as you can see right here, but on newer systems it is not the case. Okay, so that is what I wanted to talk to you about. I will you know what, I will link a few, so all my gaming channels are different, so I will link this channel. Did I put a G? Oh, sorry, @ everything has changed now. So I will link this in the comment, and here I will upload all these videos. No, you know what, these videos don't make sense there. So I am doing all this. So I had this laptop for about 6 months, the 3050 95 watt Legion, and I still have this MX 150, the one you are seeing right now, and this is the newer laptop that I got, 3060 90 watt. Okay, yeah, see you there, and see you next video.